This is AM-1220 KHTS, Santa Cruz hometown station. You're listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John for the Radio Digest version of the Santa Cruz Gazette, for all you need to know to be in the know.
You got that right.
And John, I have no idea what you're about to do now, so take it over.
There's a lot of people in. Well, we've got Marcus, Steve, Kier, and actually myself from the what though? The Kenyon Theater.
How do you
Guild
not mention Missy?
Hi.
Oh, and Missy. I thought I said Missy.
Nope.
Marcus, Steve, Missy, Kier, and myself.
You must
Marcus,
have missed
Steve, Missy,
her.
Kier, and myself. And Missy's here too. Okay.
And Missy.
And
Thank
Missy. Actually, it's Missy and everybody else from the Kenyon Theater Guild Improv Workshops
Team.
formerly known as possibly the we need a name.
Well-
I like Rebel Without Applause.
Somebody threw that one out there. Rebel Without
That was
Applause.
me. That's mine, and that's why I like it.
There's the League of Extremely Ordinary Gentlemen.
That's pretty. But then there's Missy.
It's fine.
What?
Don't worry about
And
it.
then where do we go to the bathroom?
Okay, John, I think our
no.
listeners are confused.
No, we've got okay. They're all from the Kenyon Theater Guild Improv Group. We have a show Saturday, right?
Yes.
It is Saturday. So
We have a show? What?
yeah, I know.
What?
Work with me, guys. Improv. We're
are we
faking
doing
the
here?
show. Have everybody study their lines. No, it's in conjunction with Jackie Oakes. Now, Jackie Oakes, I actually did some research on him. He was in a lot of the old-time movies with W.C. Fields and Laurel and Hardy, and he's famous for the double take. Somebody will say something really silly, and you look at him twice. Like, what?
Yeah, Kier, let's demonstrate.
Yeah, for radio,
this-
that'll be really
for
good.
for all
For the radio.
Anybody-
I just looked twice. You didn't see it, but it happened. Don't worry.
It happened.
Yeah, say something sporadic like Jizanthropus or something.
Yeah, and everybody goes, what?
It actually just happened. Yeah.
I do that to Doug all the time. I look at him and I go, what? Really? Donald Trump? What?
Trump.
Yeah. That warrants at least a triple take.
Yeah, or shutting off his
least.
mic. One or two. Anyway, but
more.
this guy made a lot of money, and he set up a foundation, and we are actually going to have a showing of one of his movies, and then a contest, a double take contest open to all ages with prizes. One of the prizes is a $500 scholarship to the Kenyon Theater Guild summer program. I didn't know any of this. Did you guys know this?
Nope.
We're improv. We make it up. We don't know.
I didn't know any of that. I was like, wow, somebody's actually.
am I?
There's a script where you have an order, a sequence, and then we get to perform. Now, Doug, do you know what improv is?
You fake it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
What we do in the show every week, we fake the show.
Oh, yeah, I know
Okay?
what improv is.
But this is a little bit. You've seen the show. Whose line is it anyway?
I think so.
Okay, well that's what it is. There's a series of skits and sketches and annoying games.
Annoying
and-
game. Don't describe the show as annoying before people
Oh yeah, good point.
even
Okay,
see it.
as well, yeah, wait till
They'll
you're
learn
there.
that
Yeah.
on their own.
You're right.
Yes, good point. I shouldn't prejudge. But we're all going to get up there. We're going to do all kinds of silly little things. That'll be a lot of fun, and you'll laugh. We hope. Or we'll laugh.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm digging a
John,
hole.
just
Somebody
leave it alone
step
at
in,
this
say
point.
something, anything. Help me out.
Your
guys-
name, Kier, is starting to make more sense than Rebel Without Applause.
Rebel without applause.
I'm thinking we're coming to a conclusion right now.
Yeah,
There you go.
that could be it. But it's only $5. Starts at 7:00.
Yeah.
See, I did my research. That's about all I
Wow.
got. So
You know more than me.
yeah. So all right. So Steve, you said a lot.
Yeah, no. It's really fun. No, every week, so we practice. We do practice, actually, kind of rehearsals. And we just kind of run through games. We have a competition at the end called Cage Match. We make up our own team names and things like that just for the night. Or for several weeks, we'll have the same people. And we just kind of play around a lot and try to, I mean, when it's really good, we'll be able to tell stories and things like that. When it's really bad, we just kind of laugh for an hour at ourselves.
and yell Excelsior, but that's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
That'll come up at some point.
That will come up at some time. No, so how did you get into this, Kier? Because you started it about. I started actually. You started before I did.
These guys were probably in it longer than I was, but I've done improv down in like Sherman Oaks and just acting in general. I always found like comedy has been a lot of fun, so I tried improv, and I really enjoyed it because for nothing else, it gives you tools like when you're on stage, if something goes wrong or something happens, you can jump out of like a bad hole or something. But I just got into it just as a general curiosity. Then when I saw that we had one at the CTG, I'm like, okay, yeah, we should give it a try. It's free and it's fun and everyone's really nice and everyone's really funny. You work with a lot of great talent, as I'm sitting next to right now.
Yeah, you're not sitting next to me.
So are you guys going to actually do this in front of a crowd?
Yeah, Doug, that's
Yes.
what a performance really is.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Can
You
we-
were invited. 7:00, Kenyon Theater Guild. $5. I'll pay your fee, Doug.
What night?
Saturday night.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Are you going to do a rehearsal right here?
What game could we do?
What game could we do on the radio? We didn't prepare
We could
for
do like backwards interview.
Oh, that would be confusing. on
Yeah,
the
it's
radio.
confusing in person.
It's confusing in person.
Yeah.
No, we're
No
not
matter
going
what
to
you
do.
do.
Okay, I was just
We're
asking.
kind of improving this whole thing as we go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of. That's. I mean,
We're rehearsing.
I guess I'm trying to get a feel for what exactly it is. I want to get a feel for the rhythm.
the rhythm.
Stupid jokes.
Yeah, it's.
The rhythm of it usually goes, we'll have a game that has a general setting of rules saying like, for this time, there's going to be 2 or 3 people, and sometimes it can just be as easy as that, and they say, hey, let's have the audience give them a location, or let's give them a relationship, like are they brother and sister, do they work together? Sometimes it'll be just a general job in general, then one person will assume a role of that job, or they'll both be at the DMV for a while, or something like that.
Yeah.
So if I said, Kier, is Missy your girlfriend, how would you play off of that?
Depends. Where are we?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, that's just
Ooh.
it.
You getting in?
That's
You're
You're
getting
in a radio station
We're-
studio.
We will sit next to each other awkwardly and try to share the same mic. Like
Casually
we're.
perch
Yeah.
over his shoulder. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
See.
It's less awkward because now they're in a relationship.
Yes.
Maybe that relationship isn't going so well.
It's still
Clearly
Yeah.
isn't.
You are really in a relationship?
No.
Oh,
They're just very good at improv. See how that works, Doug? You won't
fake
even
me
know.
right out.
With everything.
I bought it hook, line,
Hold on.
and sinker.
You won't even know. Now, Missy, you've done all kinds of shows at the Canyon Theater Guild, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're there constantly.
I live there.
What prompted you to switch to improv?
All of my friends were doing it.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
Where was it?
That's a
We're
bad
friends.
I
idea.
know, right?
Wow.
Who are you people?
You got some really weird friends.
Yep.
Jeez. Marcus, what about you? You got into this because it's fun?
Well, I got into it because the guy who runs it for the most part, Pat Mannion.
Yeah.
He's kind of our de facto leader who helps us, along with it. I've been friends with Pat for 5 years now,
Wow.
give or take. It's been a while, and so he was saying like, oh, we're gonna start this improv thing, and so basically the first people were, it was Wade Bradford, who's an great friend of ours. Pat
He'll be
Mannion.
performing as well?
Yes,
Yeah.
he will. And it was also me. And so we were kind of one of the first people to
couple.
start it. There was, we've had other sprinklings of people, like Stevie. I believe you were there pretty much from the beginning.
Yeah, I've also been with the guild for about 6 years or so. Did a whole bunch of shows with them, and usually, if you're doing any acting at all, you'll be doing improv anyway, at least a little bit of it. So it's kind of natural for us to kind of move into just all improv for the fun of it. And I also did improv as well at COC, and they've got a really nice group in class there as well.
Yeah.
Nobody
it's-
has. Anybody want to know why I got into it?
No.
John, why did you get
Thank
into
you.
improv?
Hey, Kurt, what a great question. I don't like to memorize lines.
Neither do
I've
I.
heard that one before from you.
Did you see Little Mermaid? Different show every night with me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So, John, I have a question for you.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
old enough to be all these guys' dad.
yeah, pretty much. Thanks for
So
that.
how'd you fall into this with them?
Actually, I got dared to do it by Tim Bent Boydston. And then he said something about it, and I was like, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. And I kept pushing. And finally, I just show up, and I'm like, I'll admit, I don't get all of their jokes. And I did cheat one time, and they didn't even catch it.
What'd you
You
do?
guys didn't even know I cheated.
What'd you
one time?
do, John?
Well, you guys never seen the movie The Jerk? Go like, the what? Steve Martin
The who?
movie. I stole some lines from that
Oh, you could do
during
that.
improv.
That's not cheating.
Yeah, it was
do
pretty
that
much cheating.
constantly.
I know.
Yeah, I
So-
rip off Stan Lee's cameos like every night.
Well, yeah,
so.
you do.
Excelsior.
Do you ever have it where you're right in the middle of an improv and it just kind of dies and
All the
nobody
time.
knows?
Pretty much all the time.
That's essentially
Why
improv.
don't you come by Saturday and see? I'm sure that will never happen.
Stop it, John.
Stevie, what's my line? What do I do?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Just make it up as you go.
Okay, I'm a giant chicken now.
It works.
Hey, look, in my apartment, there's a spaceship.
That was last night.
That was
Tell
not,
me you
yeah.
had a wife.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
There are certain rules, like things that I didn't realize. And Pat Mannion, the director, director, not leader. We don't really follow him.
Yeah.
Director?
He's our
That leader always sounds a little
Leader
bit
sounds
scary.
a little, it's a little
like-
cultish.
yeah.
Can we go director?
Yeah, dictator.
I think so. Like
Yeah, let's
the,
go
the
to-
improv director.
Improv director.
I don't know what that
right.
means when you're just.
I don't
doing
know, but it
improv.
sounds good. He's just got a raise. No, he said something the other day that I didn't realize. You never say no. Because when you're on stage and you don't know what you're doing, and you go throw something out, and somebody goes no, You're like, okay, well now I just said something that nobody can play off of.
Yeah,
Right.
you have to establish characters and relationships. So that's why it's the golden rule with improv is it's yes and.
Yeah.
If somebody says, "Excuse me, you're a chicken farmer, are you not?" You can't say no because that ruins the
That
relationship.
ruins the relationship.
Then you say yes, and then you add on to it, and that's
I'm
how
also
you.
an international pop star.
Yeah.
And
Or that can happen.
that kind
Can't
of
say no.
that kind of helps a lot because we were asking about what happens if it just dies in the middle. That's a part of the kind of craft to it is being able to keep moving a story forward. And sometimes things will slow down. And if you have good enough people up there, they'll kind of start to realize that and try to change something up. Either someone will be like, hey, I have to go leave and do something else, and maybe they'll come back as a different character, or someone will jump up and just be another character.
So let me ask this. Normally, you're not doing this in front of an audience. Is this going to be your
This
first
is our
time?
first performance in
Okay.
front of an
Now, will
audience.
that
More
make
than
it?
like 3
Will you
people.
have to force it more? Will you be a little nervous? Will it be awkward? Or are you
Well,
going to?
I'm gonna pee myself.
That
Missy
depends
might,
from
Missy
person
might.
to person.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be nervous. I mean, the stuff
There'll be
that
some nervous energy, I'm sure.
there'll be
but-
some nervous energy, and there'll
But
be
I mean,
some-
do you think it'll impact the performance negatively?
No,
No.
I think because we're all actors and we've all done shows down at the Canyon Theater Guild. I think most of us get the same feeling where it's a little anxious before the show,
Right.
but once we're on stage, it's nothing.
You kind of just forget that you're on stage and you do your thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we all understand we have a job to do and we want to do it the best that we can.
We want to be funny. That's
Most
the
of
key.
the time.
The idea
That's
is
the goal.
and we
Try.
want to joust, but that's a whole other thing that you need to come down and see.
Oh no, Steve,
I'm
you
still
mentioned the
bitter.
joust.
So I don't mean to put pressure on you, but
Please.
if you can tell that nobody's laughing, is that going to
We'll
put
probably
more
be
pressure
right.
on you?
That helps. It actually helps to know if someone's not laughing because then we know that's our sign to say like, okay, this isn't working.
Yeah,
let's
change
change
it
it
up.
up.
Change it up.
And being improv artists, that's what we do.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
that's one of the things we're really good at. And so we can gauge from the audience what's working, what's not working. You know, just like any comedian would.
But you do feel bad if you think like, oh, this is going to be hilarious, and then you say it, and then you get nothing. You're like,
Yeah.
well, that's great. I'm not as funny as I thought I was at one point
Yeah.
in my life.
It does sort of kind of happen, and it happens. And what will happen is you're going to go down one road. I'm going to go down the chicken farmer road, and somebody will bring out a spaceship, and you'll be like, okay, I've either got to abandon my line, my viewpoint, and go to theirs, or kind of merge the two somehow.
Right.
Yeah, you really have to be on your toes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So it's Saturday night.
Saturday night,
$5.
7 o'clock,
tomorrow.
$5. Canyon Theater Guild. We start out with the Jackie Oki $1 Million Legs.
Yep.
It's a movie.
Okay.
Okay. Then
And a pickup line, I'm sure.
Then the double take contest. The double take contest.
Which will also be really funny to watch.
Yes.
It's a good primer.
Doug, I would
movies.
really like to see you in that.
Doug,
What?
Doug,
The double take contest.
double take contest. There's prizes. There's all age groups. There'll be a lot of kids there competing for a $500 scholarship. I think I may have said $5,000 before. Doug.
That's huge.
They probably got really mad. No.
Way too much money.
Way too much money for the Canyon Theater Guild summer program. So if you got kids, bring them out. They can win. It should be pretty fun. And
right.
then we get to perform.
Sounds
Yeah.
like fun.
And we're going to lock the doors after the contest so nobody can leave.
Yay.
Yay.
All right, thanks
is that
everybody for
legal?
coming. We do need a name. The Rebel Without Applause.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
I think we need to talk to Pat about it. 'cause
Yeah.
he's the leader, but I think that's a good one.
Rebel Without Applause.
I
All
like
right.
it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rebel Without Applause. Don't clap.
Don't
Thank you,
stop,
guys.
stop
Appreciate
it.
Thanks for coming in, guys. We'll see you Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Kier, stick around, Mr.
I
Sports.
know my job.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys didn't listen to me
About your Capitals?
about my Capitals. What did I say? I said they're going to lose.
Did you start crying when they lost?
I continued drinking, I think is the way I put it.
But you were already drinking, so was
Yes.
it? Did it switch from happy
Really-
drinking to like depressed drinking?
It was pretty depressed drinking at that
Okay.
point in time. But I kind of knew it. I mean, they were down 3-0. They came back, tied it, and sent it
That
to
was
overtime.
incredible.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and incredible is one word.
Oh.
Inevitable is another word.
Oh.
There's certain inevitabilities in life. Okay, the Capitals have played the Penguins 9 times in the playoff. They've beaten them once. They haven't made it to the conference finals since
Right.
1998.
Mm.
Okay, the only one good statistic that I heard about all this is they have a streak as long as the Capitals have, or as long as the Cubs have. They'll win the cup in 2080. So I'm hoping that maybe we
Wow.
will get a cup before then.
I
But
think you
anyway,
might.
So
Speaking of inevitable, I thought for sure it would be the
It's not.
Spurs
Yes.
and the Golden State Warriors in the West Finals. It's not.
Now is it inevitable that it's the Warriors winning it all?
I don't know. I think the Warriors definitely have more of an answer for the Inez Kanter, Steven Adams lineup that the Spurs didn't have an answer for. But I don't. The Thunder are getting hot at the right time, and Russell Westbrook's really turning it on and kind of finding how to not turn the ball over. And now that he's doing that, they're looking really hard to beat. But their lineups aren't as deep as Golden State, so I think it will be Golden State in the finals, but I don't think it's going to be as close as everyone's thinking it's going to be.
And then Cleveland's playing well.
Cleveland's playing amazing. Their three-point shooting all of a sudden is actually existent.
Yeah, I'm like, if they start doing that, are they going to beat Golden State, or is it inevitable again that Golden State's going to win?
I don't know, because I think Cleveland has the only shot because Cleveland has the same amount of depth that the Golden State Warriors do. They have lineups that they can throw out that no one's seen before, like with the Channing Frye and Kevin Love that gave Atlanta Hawks absolutely nothing to work with because you have 2 7-footers that could shoot threes and work in the post.
Right.
So they have the same amount of lineups, but I think Golden State's going to win it, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as it like looked during the regular season.
I don't know. It's it is pretty much inevitable, but it is basketball.
Right.
And they play. I mean, Oklahoma City. Well, first of all, does this mean Kevin Durant's staying in Oklahoma City?
I'd like to see that. I don't know. And being a Boston fan, I'd like to see him come to Boston. But every team was like, I would like to see him come to my team.
He's going to go home. Go home, Kevin. Go home.
What is that, Portland?
Washington, D.C.
Oh.
Are you a Wizards fan?
No.
No.
But
I don't like pro basketball.
That's
From
right,
what I've seen, he gets irritated with Westbrook, and it's all over his face. And it's been well documented in the press that it happens.
Yeah.
My guess, because the team's going to throw a ton of money at him.
Well, everybody.
He's out of there.
He's going to be the Lakers. He's going to the Lakers.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Well, every Lakers fan thinks everyone's coming to the Lakers. They're going to get Paul George for like a second-round draft pick. They're going to get Kevin Durant. They're going to get Russell Westbrook. They're going to get DeMar DeRozan. None of them are coming.
It's not happening.
And maybe one will come. Maybe DeMar DeRozan.
I don't know.
Because he's from Southern California, so maybe DeMar DeRozan will show up.
Yeesh. Yippee. Our savior.
Right? Yay.
I mean, they're going to be horrible again next year, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that draft pick's going to go away. They won't have the.
You don't think they're going to get top like 3?
Well, they'll get the draft pick this year, but they won't. They'll have to give it up next year. It's not protected.
It's not protected next year.
That was my understanding. I'd have to double check.
When is the ping pong ball contest?
When is it? Or
the lottery.
I don't know exactly
It's in 4 days.
It's in 4 days,
Yeah.
really. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Yeah, it's in 4 days.
Who do you think gets the? Do you want? I know you're going to want your sons to get the top one.
Absolutely.
Who do you think they take? Do you want? I can't even Ben Simmons. Or
Yes, that'd be my first pick.
That'd be your first pick. Not Ingram. Not you don't want like a
I would
tall,
take-
almost.
I'd take anybody. I mean, we need help. So.
Right.
Yeah, the Lakers need Ingram.
Yeah,
The worst thing ever would be for them to get the number 1 pick and have to take Simmons.
You don't have to
What do you
take
do with
Simmons.
D'Angelo Russell? It just gets.
The problem is if you don't have anybody to surround your top pick, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You look at the guy. What's the guy from Kentucky that went to New Orleans?
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. They're
yeah.
getting there. They're getting.
Yeah, they're getting a little.
They
better,
have Drew
but-
Holiday. He's pretty solid, and then
and then nothing.
that's it. Ryan Anderson's not too bad. 7-footer who can shoot threes. That's always good.
All right, so we switch into baseball now, Doug.
Yeah.
Yay.
How the
Dodgers
doing?
stink.
Okay. Well, what are we doing with the rest of the show there, Doug?
I couldn't believe it. They
Brilliant analysis once again.
they lose to the Mets, then they beat the Mets, and then they play the Mets again.
they greet the
and
Mets.
their pitcher, hit 2 home runs.
Really? I
In the
did not see
same
that.
game. That never happens.
Did you see Bartolo Colon hit a home run?
Yeah, first one. He's 40 years
Here's
old.
the thing: the Mets just went to the World Series. What do you want from the
whining about?
Dodgers?
They're a
What do you
good
want from the
team. They are.
Dodgers?
They are.
Yeah,
good.
the Mets are a good
I'm
team.
just
The Mets-
upset that our pitcher, the new guy from Menta from Japan, gave up 2 home runs as a pitcher.
But here's the interesting
Right.
thing. I thought, and I've been sporadically paying attention because now that my Capitals are out, I don't really have a life.
Yeah.
Although number 1 seed in the men's and women's lacrosse tournament, University of Maryland,
What's lacrosse?
starts this weekend.
Is that like
Right
hockey?
there. Yeah, okay, just
Like
both
land
you guys
hockey?
shut up. I don't need this from anybody. It's all I have in my life, and you're mocking it.
I just
Stop it!
I just don't
Stop
understand
mocking
lacrosse.
my lacrosse take, okay?
What are the TV ratings on that?
Actually, probably high. It's the fastest growing sport in the United States.
Okay.
You know that?
But they've been saying that for like the past 10 years.
Well, because soccer said it for the first 10 years.
Oh, that's true.
After that, nobody really cared.
Right.
What the fastest
And they're
growing
like, oh,
sport was.
there's soccer, but with like a stick instead.
Yeah, now we get to hit people with
Yeah.
sticks, and we have to. It costs more money, and
That's true.
Privileged white people get to play it.
Kind of. Yeah.
No, putting that aside,
Thank
sporadically paying attention to baseball,
Mm-hmm.
pitching seems to be way ahead of hitting.
Yep.
For this late
Yeah.
in the year, I don't know about you guys, but I always remember the first couple games you get your no hitters maybe, and then maybe in like August.
I mean, Scherzer did what, like
Scherzer,
20 strikeouts?
It's
Absolute
like these
ridiculous
guys,
number.
These guys, is it really now we're seeing the effects of significant drug testing?
I think
That's
so.
a good question. Yeah.
Yes.
I would love to
Because
see the stats on
before the steroid era, pitching dominated. During the steroid era, hitting dominated. Now
Right.
steroids are gone and pitching's dominating again.
Yeah, how much would steroids even help in pitching? Because you need to be pretty like limber and loose. So
Well,
yeah,
see,
they're probably affected less.
Well,
It
Roger
depends.
Clemens.
Roger Clemens.
Right,
But I think it's
right.
also recovery time. That's the big one for
Oh,
steroids.
true.
So it's like you work out, but you also recover.
Right.
But I don't know. It's something I always thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I'd love to see stat. We need a stat department.
Aaron.
Yeah, we need a stat department.
What about Aaron?
Aaron?
Yeah, he's just sitting. He's got
Aaron's
a
just sitting
laptop.
there. He's got a laptop. Aaron, you want to be our stat department? What do you think?
How much you guys paying me?
Nah. forget it.
How much
Same
are
as
we
we
making,
get.
Aaron?
Yeah, you can have double my salary. How's that? So far, I've given away like 125% of my salary.
Don't you get bored just pushing buttons back there?
That's kind of what a stats guy would do, though.
Yeah,
Just push
that's-
buttons,
yeah,
except
you're
for
not helping
on a
with that.
laptop
You're not
instead.
helping. All right, so we've talked baseball. We've talked football. Well, I haven't talked football yet.
A little soon, a little early.
Well, yeah. What do you want to? What's to say?
Are the LA Rams going to be any good?
No.
They're going to be all right. They just cut some receiver named Nicktoon, which is interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I don't understand. Who
And
knows?
their best defensive back just got busted for DUI, and
Yep.
it wasn't alcohol related, so that's not a good sign.
No.
That's not a good sign.
No.
I can handle a DUI that's alcohol related.
I don't know why the other one, the
not really gonna
alternative
fail a
is
drug
worse.
test. You're not going to fail because you're not going to fail a drug test.
Right.
You're not going to be suspended by the league for the DUI and failing a
That's
drug test.
that's so sad.
But
though. Like,
here's
that's-
my question: for years and years since I moved here in '97, people said we don't want a team because it cuts out a game on TV. Right? You lose one of those.
it's going to be
games.
sold out.
Okay.
And they're
You
going
think?
to. It's yeah. Well, maybe not the Coliseum. The interesting part is the NFL is going to have to figure out what a sellout is for the Coliseum because they're not going to get
Right.
125,000 people and fill it all
Right,
up and
right.
move the SC jerseys and everything. No,
Yeah.
they're going to have to figure out. Okay, we're going to have 65,000 people
Be a sellout.
be the sellout. If it's more than 65,000 people, then great. If it's less, then
Blackout.
it's
So what you're
lockdown.
saying is one of those afternoon games, we might have there could be zero
Doug,
games on TV.
Don't be a cheapskate.
I'm just asking.
Invest in the DirecTV ticket, okay?
I don't have DirecTV
No.
because they don't carry the Dodgers or Pac-12.
Can you get the
Oh,
Red
that's
Zone
true.
on Time Warner?
I don't like the red zone.
Oh,
though.
I love the Red Zone. We're gonna- this is-
I want to watch
we're
a
having
full
words.
game. I want to watch a full.
That's why I
game.
can't go to a sports bar with
Right.
all these
With
games
like
on.
five,
We're having
7
words.
sheets.
We're gonna have words. Who wants to sit there and watch one game?
Me.
Oh no way.
You're the only person in this room, I think, right now that doesn't.
No. You want to watch fantasy? You play fantasy football?
I used to, but
Oh,
I'm more
okay.
of a consultant now.
Oh, a consultant. Ooh. We may have to
paid
hire you.
consultant.
So, no, we're not out yet.
Oh, I
I
thought
want to
he
go
was-
back to the consulting thing.
Why was
How
he
much do you
holding up
charge
the sign?
for? Are you really a consultant?
Well, people have asked me to like run their teams. I haven't started charging yet,
You
but
need to start if you're good.
I'm trying to figure out what a good going rate would be.
All right, we may have to work on that.
Would be
All
Matthew
right,
Berry.
fine. You want to get out now, Doug?
Yeah, I got
Don't
stuff to
forget
do.
Saturday night.
Five.
Canyon
7
Theater
o'clock.
Guild, 7 o'clock.
$5 is like the big-
$5.
Yeah, that's
you can't
nothing.
beat that price.
It's
What else are
nothing.
you gonna do
And
for
you see
$5?
Rebel Without Applause.
Rebel Without
Rebel
Applause
Without Applause.
performing for the first time live. We've done a couple Dead performances, but they weren't very good.
Don't call
So
them
you're
that.
hoping live goes better.
Live should go better.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We would think. All right, fine. We're out. Thank you, everybody. You
thank
can
you.
listen to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM-1220
KHTS.
KHTS.